Hello, Leon here from PassionForDancing.com, where we teach you how to dance from home. All right, and today's tip is for the beyond the beginner level dancers. You know, if you're an intermediate level dancer, advanced dancer, maybe a professional, this tip is for you. So let me back it up for a moment. So when you start out learning how to dance, as a beginner, you need to kind of expose yourself to everything. You gotta learn, the footwork, the leg action, the hip action, the posture, the connection to your partner, the music, the counts. You gotta do all that kind of stuff. You gotta learn it all because you gotta learn the fundamentals. You gotta learn how the dancing works. You gotta start from somewhere, right? However, when you get to a more advanced level and you already have some of those fundamentals, that's when you gotta start to understand what kind of a dancer are you and what your strengths and weaknesses are, and then essentially focus more of your time on developing your strengths rather than working always on your weaknesses. Yeah? Just to give you a personal story for myself, when I was competing professionally in the international Latin style, we worked a lot on our weaknesses in the beginning because, we needed to make sure that we're rhythmical, that we look good on the floor, that, we have a push and pull connection, we want to feel each other's weight. All those things were important. But later on, as, at the end of our career, we were like, you know what? Let's stop doing all the things that don't work for us. Let's not do choreography that we don't feel. Let's not try to create lines that we, cannot do or cannot really, sell well to the audience because we were competing. So everything was about, selling that performance. And I realized, for example, that I don't have the greatest stretch in the world when I stretch up. I can do it, but for me, I don't have that line like some other dancer would. And what I'm better at is actually rhythmicality and playing with the music and playing with the energy and dynamics and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I should be bringing out more rather than trying to create a perfect stretch, from my shoulder that is tight, And yeah, of course, I still stretch and I try to develop that line as best as I can. But I know there is a limit there, My body isn't the most flexible in the world. And it doesn't matter because I have other strengths that I can focus on. For example, I'm really good at rhythms and playing around with the different timings and fluidity and body action. I'm really into all that kind of stuff, and I'm really good at that. So I should bring that out more. Yes? And so what about you? Do you focus mostly on your weaknesses, or are you focusing on your strengths? Again, as an advanced dancer, you should start realizing what you're really good at and what you're not good at. So, for example, are you good at spinning or not? Because let's say if you're doing a lot of spins in your routines or showcases and competitions, and oftentimes you're off balance and you don't feel good about it, maybe at some point, you say, okay, let's not do so many spins. Maybe I can walk instead and show beautiful technique, right? So, because some people might be better spinners than others, right? And I'm not saying, again, that you should never work on your weaknesses. You should, yeah? You still may want to develop those spins, but at the same time as you're working on your spins, you want to showcase your strengths. Or maybe instead of having 4 spins in a row, just do 2 for now. Make sure you master them first, and then add on to them. A lot of people want to do all these things that they're not ready for, and they don't look good at all doing them. It's much better you do less, but make sure you do something that really works for you and that you can do. Again, I'm talking to the advanced and professional dancers here, not to beginners who are starting out and don't know yet, what they're good at. So bottom line, I'm saying that you can still work on your weaknesses, especially if they're very, very important in your dancing. Work on them, but make sure you spend even more time on your strengths and showing what you're good at. Because let's say you started dancing late in your life, like in your 40s or even 50s, there's only so much you're going to be able to do with certain movements that sometimes it's better for you to just realize what you're good at and focus on that. Okay, so again, focusing on your strengths, not only your weaknesses, is a great tip for those of you who are advanced. Anyway, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this tip, and I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about it, and what are your weaknesses and strengths in dancing. I'd love to hear from you.